Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of our Minecraft modded survival world. We've been building up a medieval city slash castle. We're going to put the keep or the palace over here at some point. I do need to build this cliff back up because we flattened it. You know, last episode we did a mass flattening here and then we replaced a lot of this with grass. It's still sort of, you know, happening. And the problem with a big open space like this is it's very boring to build on one surface. It is good to have inclines, drops, all of that kind of stuff. It's really good to have that. But at least here we have a blank canvas, and that's very important when building stuff. You know, have your blank canvas. You know, if you don't want this, you want all the trees in the way as your blank canvas, go for it. You know, but don't be afraid to take blank canvas and add to it. You know, if it looks plain and boring, it more than likely is. We don't want all of the houses on the same level. That would just be boring. But what's also just as important, and I've also been kind of working over here, what is also important is to go ahead and plan out some of your build. And that's kind of what I want to do in this episode. And for this, I'd recommend having a good amount of blocks. I'm just seeing what we've got in the way. We've got lapis for blue, or I suppose we could use this. I don't use this for much else. But we're going to start with the walls, okay? And we're going to plan out where the walls are going to go. Where's my stone? There's my stone. So I'm just going to get myself some stone brick. That's going to be my wall texture. You know, and when planning it out, it's good to differentiate with different blocks. And have different blocks mean different things. Now, I'm not going to plan out the walls like we planned them out before, where I had them pretty much the exact shape. I can show you exactly what I'm going to do. I started over here, look. I know this wall is going to go over here. Then I kind of want the wall to go over this way a bit. Maybe up here, maybe we go down here, maybe we go up, we go down. You know, and I kind of want to take the wall over here, you know. And again, I'm thinking about this, you know, and I'm thinking, okay, you know what, maybe it might be nice to make this all a river. I've got this edge, so I'm going to bring it out over here some. You know, and adding different shapes and stuff to it really does make it better. And I'm actually going to take out this trait. I'm going to turn my atomic disassembler to vein, which will get rid of all that for me very, very quickly. And obviously I can't pick it up because I'm full, but it doesn't matter. It's modded. I'll have a ton of resources, even though I don't like really wasting resources. But as you can see, we're starting to bring that around here. And that gives me this bit here. And I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I know I want over here to be a farm. So what about if, oh, we've got all this land here. Maybe over here we have a little farm. We have a gate going out here. We put some wheat fields here, some carrot fields and something. You know, I don't know. You know, but I'm going to continue taking this wall over. And all I'm going to do is just bring this wall here. And it's important to note that when doing this, you know, try to avoid having exactly straight lines. It's not a bad thing to have some straight lines, but adding some variety, or words, it's been one of those days. Varying the way that you do it can actually be pretty good. So I'm probably going to just bring this wall in a little bit here. And maybe just bring it across here. And all I'm kind of doing here is just adding just some details so it's not all straight. We'll go back out here and back down to roughly this part. And then I got to think of this, and I'm thinking, okay, you know what, maybe I want to bring this up a little bit. Go across. Oops. Let's grab some more. Bring it up here. You know, bring it across here. Maybe bring it up here some. And I said in sort of like the beginning that I was avoiding diagonal walls in this, and I am. I'm still avoiding those. Maybe here I want to add like just a little, I don't know, maybe something that just goes out a little bit and then comes across. You know, maybe a little bit. Maybe we have them small towers here. We just have something, maybe a little guard post or something that you could just go up onto the wall and have a look. Maybe that's what we have there. I don't know. You know, I'm still sort of deciding. But if I now look up here, you know, I can see that, okay, now I've got a shape. Oh, bit of lag. I've got a bit of a shape. It's lagging because I've got quite a bit of terrain generated. I've got my thingy set to 18 chunks, so I can see this whole land and kind of what goes on around it, you know. And, you know, now I've got this here. I'm like, okay, that's a pretty good shape. That gives me something over here. You know, I kind of like the way that this comes in here. Don't know what I'm going to put there yet. You know, I've still got all of this to do. I do plan to fill this entire river in and probably gravel it all up first, replace the gravel with dirt, then dig a new river, sort of winding through here, and fill that river in. You know, and maybe the river is something that we continue through the kingdom. But I'm just going to take this sort of area here, because this is like the farming district, okay? And I just want to show you how I go about planning my builds. You know, and obviously I've got a lot of planning to do here. So it's going to take me some time, but I just want to kind of go over some with you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab this block, okay? This block of apatite. You know, it's blue. If I had blue wool, I'd use blue wool, but I don't, okay? So I'm going to use this block. And what this block is going to do is it's going to tell me the river. It's blue. I'm using it like a river. So I want to bring the river around here and up here. Okay, so we're going to go up here. I'm going to bring the river through the wall. And let's see. I would like the river to go somewhat through the kingdom. And I'd like it to I'd like the river to be what separates the farming district. The great thing about the river is I can go diagonal. Now, I spoke about not going diagonal with a wall. I'm teaching this series like a tutorial series. And I'm not too good at diagonal stuff. It's sort of out of my comfort zone at the minute. So I'm building my first one on pretty much straight things, dealing with going up and down terrain. And then I'm going to add it in my next build. It doesn't mean that you have to go straight out of your comfort zone. And that's what I'm trying to show you. Now, I could probably do diagonal. I could probably pull it off pretty good. I'm pretty certain that I would be able to. But that being said, I'm not too good at it. And I want to try and just show you guys a good way to stay within your comfort zone. But don't be afraid to go out of it, you know. I'm not afraid to go out of it with a diagonal, but I do want to kind of stay in my comfort zone and just get reacquainted with my comfort zone. So let me have a look at that. That river's winding. I think I want it to meet up with the river over here. I think that is where I'd like. So I think I'm going to try and bring this river up. And maybe, let's see, if we wind this a bit here, go over here. How's this looking? Yeah, and I think I want to bring the river over here because it's got to be up with this at some point. So maybe we do this. And then we're going to have like a straight bit here, I think. Or at least mostly straight. That way it will allow me to make a bridge across it. So how is that? And this is going to be the farming district separated by a river. Okay, I'm happy with that. I am quite happy with that. But also we've got the shopping district and the other district to map out. But I want to focus just on the farming district with you guys at the minute. So we've got our river. We've sorted our river out. We know where our river's going. So the question is, what next? What's the next course of action? Well, what about roads? I have suddenly lost there we go. I was going to say, suddenly lost all of it. I'm going to go with netherrack for roads. And this is where roads are going to go. We need to sleep. Now, the important thing about planning is it's not there. Just bear with me a brief second. When planning, it's not there to be exact. It's not there to say, okay, this is definitely where a road's going to go. You know, I know that once I come in from my gatehouse, I know that I'm going to have a road going up here, over here, probably wind around here, over here, up here, over here, and run right into my barracks. And run alongside my barracks. And then I'm going to have it go up here and over to the armory. like so. But, you know, when I look at this a little bit more, you know, I know for a fact that I want a road to come straight up as well. You know, I want a road to be straight up and center. But I also have this area over here that I want a road to lead to. So I'm going to bring, you know I want 2 houses here and I want the road to go diagonally through it. You know, like I said, I don't plan to build on a diagonal with the wall because I'm already stretching out of my comfort zone, bringing it up and down layers. And that's not too difficult to do this, but it's out of my comfort zone and I don't want to put too much stress on myself. And sometimes you put too much stress on yourself when building. It can be such a motivation drainer, you know, that you might just feel overwhelmed, you know. And I'm probably going to bring this up here. And I'm thinking about this, you know, I'm thinking, okay, so when I come in, do I want a road going here? I know I want a big road going through the middle. You know, this big road's going to go right through the middle. So we need to put this here. You know, bring this road up. Like so. And then I know that I want it to meet up over here. So what about if we go... Well, actually, now I'm thinking about this. What I'd like is I'd like a road to run alongside the wall. You know? So let's bring that road alongside the wall. You know, and what I'm trying to show here is there's no exact science to this. There's no, okay, this is definitely where the road's going to go. And don't start putting in the roads, you know, yet. Just map them out. You know, get a feel for where you want it to go. Get a feel for where you want builds. I know that I'd like a house sort of like here. And a house here. And do you know, like we've got this what going between these 2 gatehouses. I'd like just a stone thing going between them. Not as big as this. Maybe not even functional, but just to connect them up, you know. I got the idea from Assassin's Creed. And I really liked it. I was like, I've got to use that in my city. So maybe that's something that we do on these main roads. We have stuff going over it. But, you know, now I can bring this up and I can go, okay, you know what? Let's bring this over like so, you know. And I want this to meet up here. Boom. I've got roads in and now I've got places that I want to build in. But what I don't want to do and what you don't want to do is go and start designing your road and then start filling in all of this netherrack with road. That's not what I'd advise doing. Sure, get this bit done here. Start here. So you've got an idea. You've got a plan. We've got the wall done. You know, in the near future, I'm going to be doing a section of this river. So I know what the river's going to look like, what I'm going to want for the river, where it's going to go. The only reason I'm not doing the river right now, and believe you me, I started to do an episode doing the river, it's why I had all that gravel in my inventory, is because when it comes to filling in the river, I'm going to use ice. I just think it's much easier. You put the ice down, break the ice. That's how I plan to do it. You know, there's probably a way to pump water into it in modern Minecraft, but to be honest, I just can't be bothered. Ice is fine. I've always wanted to break ice. It sounds so good hearing it smash. You know? But I was like, you know, I need ice, and I don't have ice, and I need to set up a farm for that. And I'd like to actually do that as a farm here. I'd like to have an ice shop and stuff. I think that'd be fun, you know. So, okay, I'll get to that later. But what you want to do is not put it all in, you know. I don't want to put this whole river in one go. You know, not if I've not done anything else. Because I may go like, okay, you know what, this farming district, it's too small. It needs to be bigger. You know, or maybe, now I'm looking at this, maybe I can cycle the river off over here as well to meet up over here with this river, you know. You know, new things will come to you as you progress. As you start to fill out this kingdom, it will start to look much better. You know, and I've been thinking long and hard about like what I want to do. And we were talking about putting the deco shop over here. And I think I will put the deco shop over here. It's a small shop, but I also want to put 2 big shops right here. And I'm not sure exactly what 2 shops I'm going to put here just yet. I'm thinking maybe a blacksmith will go here with the tinkers, smeltery and stuff. You know, and then I don't know exactly what over here. You know, obviously in here we'd have a basement. We'd have a couple of the immersive engineering stuff. You know, the coke oven, the blast furnace, stuff like that. The kiln, if the kiln's in this. I can't remember if the kiln's in this pack or not. You know. But I may decide that, you know what, actually, this road isn't going to work. You know, I don't want this road here. You know, so maybe I move over here. Or maybe I decide like, okay, you know what, I don't want this road here. Maybe I'll have to take a little walk around here. It won't be road, it'll just be grass and dirt and a side street here near the wall. Maybe what I want to do is the blacksmith ends here. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap the road around the blacksmith. I think it'd be nice to go around the blacksmith. Maybe I put something out the back of the blacksmith that I like. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I build the blacksmith here and we use this as somewhere where he does his equipment and we decide to get rid of this road. And that is why I say don't go into detail by laying the entire road out detail for detail. Just use a block to get a feel, you know. By doing this, you know, we're already getting a rough feel about where it goes. And don't feel the pressure to plan out this whole thing right away, you know. Like I said, we're just taking blocks with ideas that I've got. You know, and I want to grab a different block now to sort of separate sections. You know, sectors, if you will. And we could do this with the stone brick, okay? So, oh, geez, every time you press T, sometimes it takes you out. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of stone brick here. And I'm going to use this wall to sort of sector out some of it. So this is a farming district. And I'm separating the farming district from the rest of it by use of a river. So I don't really need to put a wall in. But let's say over here, you know. The military district is over here. So I'm thinking about how I want to do this. And I definitely don't want to run another wall into this. Not at this level here. So I'm thinking about how I want to do this, and maybe a square gatehouse. You know, maybe what I do is I take this, this, and this, and put another tower over here. Maybe that's what I do, and we go into the district there. But what I do know is the military district isn't going to be that big, so it's probably going to come up to about here. Okay, and I want to run a wall there, so I'm going to just, because this is a gap, I'm going to fill in this like whole thing. You know, that'll do. Here, and actually, the more and more I think about that idea of that gatehouse, the more and more I'm thinking it's a good idea, because there's a few things that we can do with that. Okay, maybe we don't do it in the same manner that we did that. Maybe we just add a different gatehouse here. But I'm thinking that a gatehouse with this running through it, connecting these towers up, would be a great idea for two reasons. One, I think it'll look really cool to have that. You know, you come in and then immediately you've got this direction there to go into the military stuff, and then you've got a blacksmith here. I think that's going to be really cool. Come on. First village you go in Skyrim, there's a blacksmith there. I'm pretty sure of that. You know. But two, one of the things that we don't do a lot is we don't go back to old builds and add to it. You know, it's not something that you see a lot of YouTubers cover, but it's something that you do all the time, you know. And this way it gives us a chance to redesign some of this. And when I was making this, you know, a lot of these sides are just the same, and I'd like to make them a little bit more interesting, or at least this one. You know. But again, like I said, what I'm spatting here is just ideas that are coming to my head and the way that I sort of plan things out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back here and I'm going to get a vision in my head for sort of what I'm thinking about. And so I'm going to go back over here, and like I said, I think I would like to meet up these 2 points, you know. So, you know, we're going to bring this up and over, and we're going to run it into not that part of the river. Maybe we just bring it over here. Let's see. Like this is what I'm thinking. And that gives us this nice shape. And I think that's a good shape. I think that's a really good shape. You know, we've got some really good coverage there. And again, you know, we've got to work out this wall. So I think what I'll do is I'll bring this wall across here. Maybe we go over here. You know, and again, like I said, don't want to go out my comfort zone. Don't want to do diagonals. So I'm just going to keep the rough shape of this. And there we go. Yeah, I think that. Because again, we've got a few diagonals here. So I don't want to go too far, but I think I'll do that. And then bring this over like so. And again, I'm not putting in all the detail. I'm not going to lay up every road that's going to go in my kingdom. You know, what I'm laying down is marking down ideas of where I'd like things to go. You know, and then what I'll do is I'll plan out future episodes. Again, we talked about maybe possibly putting another barracks over here. But I'm not entirely sure on that. And you know what I think I'll do here? I think I'm going to run this wall at this point. I'm going to run it all the way over into the palace. And you may ask, why would I do that? What have I got to gain out of that? You know, why not just bring it round and let it wrap up? Well, we're going to have this wall be a section of the palace. So the wall will continue to come over here, you know, as we build up the palace. But we're going to be doing this river coming round here. And the river's going to be serpentining through. Now, let's go and sleep before these mobs give us a bit of a bad day. But yeah, so this is my gatehouse, not my barracks. I keep getting them confused. Don't know how, the different buildings, but it's because I'm using a similar style. You know, and that's the thing. Once you've got a style, if you're doing big builds, you're doing many builds, you know, don't be afraid to use the same style in one particular build. If I built everything in this world out of this style, it would soon get boring. But this castle, this city, it's not going to. You know, but anyway, we've got this region over here. And what this gives me, and the reason that I decided to do this, what this gives me to do, is this gives me the perfect option to have some sort of like supports holding this up, to figure a way to get this and the river to work together. The river's going to go under here. How am I going to support this underneath? How would the wall be supported? You know, and this is something that, again, I'm going to go out of my comfort zone to do this. And this is why I'm not doing diagonal walls. Walls. Because I don't want to step that far out of my comfort zone. I'm looking for things that I can take what I've done and just apply them to other things. And maybe I could do a diagonal. We've got what we want with the diagonal, but the trouble with the diagonal is, you know, I don't have the bark block, which is this texture on all sides. So I got to find a way to get the wood to look like this on either side. I might have to do it all vertically. It's a nightmare, it's an headache, and it's one that I don't want. But maybe you do want it. I'm not saying don't build on diagonals. If it's something that you're wanting to try, go for it. Just don't go like too far out of your comfort zone where it becomes a hassle. Stay within your comfort zone with things that sound entertaining, things that keep you interested, things that are going to be fun for you to do. Keep within your comfort zone there. This, I think, is going to be in my comfort zone because I can take what I've got over there. I know how the wall's going to go. I can put the wall in, be done with this. Then in the next episode, I can look underneath and I can focus on how we're going to support this wall. You know, I could do this wall in a stream because I've already got it, and then this is something as a separate project. Whereas if I was to do a diagonal bit, you know, I've got the wall to do, and then I've also got the diagonal to do. I kind of need to do it along with the wall. It's within it. It's just the way that I work and the way that I personally feel works best. But as you can see now, we've kind of got this in place. But, you know, I talked about wanting to add farms into it. And over there's where we're going to add farms. And not just wheat farms, carrot farms, crop farms, that kind of stuff. I'm talking about mob farms, quarries, that kind of stuff. And the first thing that I want to do, the very first thing that I want to build in this world is a storage unit. You know, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and we're going to get some, I think we'll go with marble. Marble for buildings. And again, I'm going to grab some netherrack because I want some roads. So, we decided that we were going to have a bridge, and maybe we have multiple bridges. Maybe we have a bridge here. So I'm going to just lay the bridge down as a road. So we're going to have a road coming in here, and I think we'll go with the road here because, again, it's on a straight. So I'm going to pop this road down when it lets me. You know, I don't know how these are going to connect up over there yet, but I do know that I want a building. So originally we were going to put something over here. We're going to put like maybe a farm building, but you know what? I think what I want to do is I want a big warehouse near the wall. So I think it's probably time that I take this wall. Let me turn this back to fast mode. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to push it back. We're not going to have this intrigue here because this is where I kind of want to put it. So we're going to bring this wall back. I'm working on low blocks here. I know this kind of goes diagonal a little bit, but we'll obviously straighten that up as time goes along. So let's just pop that there and pop that there. I want to be able to pick up my appetite blocks. Okay, so I know that this is going to come in, and I want to put the building here. And what I'm thinking is this is going to be a big building, so I want to make sure that I have some space behind it. So I'm just going to lay in this road, because I do want to be able to walk around it. Or do I? That is a question. What is circling around me? A stone brick. Pop that down, just to get out my... Would this look good against the wall? I think it would, but maybe if I just have a block. So if I give what? Yeah, we'll give that. Actually, it doesn't matter about this because I can always push the wall back if need be for this bit. So let's talk about this build. You know, I know I want it to be a warehouse and I don't want it to be quite big. So let's just map this out. I think I want it to be relatively large, and I think that's a good size. And I'm not mapping the building out itself. All I'm doing is literally laying a foundation for it. You know, an idea of how big this build's going to be. And I don't know when we're going to do this house. I don't know if it's going to be the next thing. I want it to be, like I said, when I started planning that, I know the very next thing I want to do is this. But there's so many things that I want to do. And, you know, this is the next thing that I want to do. But it's probably not going to be the next thing I do. And we'll talk about that in a minute. So, warehouse, you know, yeah, that's a rough idea of like how I want the warehouse to go. You know, and this is going to be a big building. It's going to be a tall building. Maybe I decide to bring this up a bit and have, you know, maybe we go, yeah, say, okay, you know what, actually, I'd like to put this at this height. You know, this is the kind of height that I wanted at. So let's just bring that out just a little bit. And I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm going to do this. So I need to make sure that when I build this, that I bring the terrain around it. And that's what I'm saying, you know, this is a flat canvas. And we need to add depth to it. We need to add stuff to it. You know, so maybe we bring this around here. And we go, okay, well, I know that this is going to be here. How do I want to access this? And I think, you know, maybe we have a door on the side for this, you know, boom. And now I can look and say, okay, so I know that that's coming in there. That's where my roads go in. You know, I've got things to put on the side of this. How am I going to work this? Where am I going to put additional builds? And I've got a size, you know. Maybe I want a small build here, so I put a small build here. You know, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to work out from here, and I will probably work out from here, you know, adding in farms to the side of it, you know. And then maybe I'll bring the wall in. Who knows? But what we've got is we've got an idea and a design of roughly how we want things to go. So I'm going to say, you know what, I don't think that the flower farm is going to be all that big. So let's say that I'm going to put the flower farm like right here. And I decided that, you know, this isn't going to be very big. So I don't think it's going to be very big. It may end up being big, but good. So now we've got to run this road around here. So, you know, I want to run this road here. But we were also talking about a skeleton farm, weren't we? So what about if instead of putting a thing here, maybe I want to put the skeleton farm. Oh, actually, this is a really good place for it. You know, we've got this space here. What about if I say, okay, you know what? Skeleton farm, it's going to be relatively big because I need to pulverize skeletons. So I'm going to allot a reasonable space to this. Yeah, I think that's enough. And what I'm going to just do is just plant this down. Oops. Yeah, maybe we just make this a bit of a unique build rather than having a square build. Maybe we just put a little bit of a thing in there. Okay, boom, we've got that. Now, do I want to run a road this way to meet up? Yeah, and maybe I could put... See, now my mind's going, you know. Okay, so maybe what I do is I just take this up here. We run this off and over here. And what I want to do over here is, like I said, I wanted to put some farms outside the walls, which will be over here. So maybe we run this into here. We say this is a way out. You know, and I'm going to take this and I'm just going to run this road over here. We're going to go down here. And maybe I do keep this at this level. I don't bring this up. We just bring this down here into nowhere. You know, I'm thinking about this, and you know, that gives me a shape and an idea of what that's going to be like. And maybe what we do is, maybe here we can add another smaller bridge. And the reason I'm doing this is, I'll talk about this in a minute. And maybe what we do is we bring this around to meet up. Boom. You know, and all of a sudden, we've got our bone farm, our flower farm, and our storage warehouse, which are the 3 builds that I want to work on in the near future. We've got the roads in place, some ideas that we could do. We'll probably make those roads a little bit more straighter and, you know, put builds within them. But as I said, you know, why I'm putting a bridge here, and this is why I'm saying planning is important. I'm going to put a bridge here for 2 reasons. One, because I really, really don't want a road running here. I don't want to have a road running here. I know that. We'll probably have like a pathway, not a pathway, but, you know, terrain that you can walk along. Grass, bushes, that kind of stuff. Maybe some trees or something, you know, along here. You'll still probably be able to walk along here, but it won't be like a designated path. This, however, will be. Because I don't like paths running around every building. I like them running past buildings, but they don't have to run in circles so you can loop around. I like these dead ends where that goes there, that goes to nothing, you know. And the second reason, this is going to be a bit of a big deal of a bridge. You know, it's going to be a reasonably sized bridge, you know. Again, this is another big crossing point. It'll need to be a big bridge. It will accommodate a lot of people going into this district, you know. These are the 2 main roads into this district. This is going to be a small bridge. It's a minor bridge, you know. It's not a major road. It's just another side road. So, you know, we're going to have that. And like I said, we've got the bridge. We've got the water in there. That's brilliant. That's great. You know, that's going to look really cool and nice. And I've realized this episode, like, ran on for, like, over half an hour. I didn't realize how long this episode had ran on for. So I'm probably going to have to call it soon. But I want to just finish off with one more thing, you know. And we could use this. We're going to have, like, archways here that's going to section it off. And again, another wall. Don't be afraid to have walls running inside of your kingdom. You know, don't be afraid to separate your districts off in some way, in some shape. We've already used a river over here. So I don't want to use another river to separate it off. It might be nice to have another river running through here. You know, but I don't want that to be the separation between the 2 districts. Maybe we go with a wall here. But I want to focus on the farming district and this district because I'm not sure where I want to put the civilian district. I'm not sure if I want to expand over there some, if I want to work it here more. And I'm thinking here before the palace might actually be a good place to put it. So maybe that means that we got to somehow bring the wall along, you know. I'd like to have the wall running through here. Maybe what we do is we meet the wall up here, you know. We've got this here. Maybe we meet the wall up here and bring it across. I don't know. I'm still a lot undecided on the districts that I want to do. But I've picked the areas that I wanted to focus on. I wanted to focus on this bit as we come in here. I want to sort of mainly build it up from here. But like I said, I want to put in a DecoCraft shop. An ability to use a DecoCraft bench more thingy. So I'm going to have to work on some other things. Like a little DecoCraft shop, like we said, you know. And again, a sludge processing plan, you know. So maybe what I don't do here is instead of a farm, maybe here we put a sludge processing plant. And we can even have it go out into the sewer and pollute a part of the river where it joins up here. Actually, that sounds pretty good to me. You see how ideas are rolling. And I'm not even thinking, I'm not even building, I'm just planning. And ideas are coming to me. You know, and over here, we have a tree chopping plan, you know. Maybe what I do is I build up a bit of a retaining wall to hold back these mountains. And I bring these mountains into the retaining wall. So it looks like he's dug out a patch here to actually dig his trees in, you know. Again, I'm going to need sludge for clay. You know, this is a district that I'm going to be primarily focusing on for the near future. We're going to have a lot more big builds here than what we're going to have in other districts, you know. And so we've planned this out, and I'm going to get a quick screenshot of this. You know, we've got this planned out now, so we can start working on this. And what I want to do is I want to get these buildings in sooner rather than later, because starting in March, and I'm kind of recording this video ahead of schedule. It's supposed to not be recorded for another week or so. I'm on a Let's Play week at the minute, but starting in March, I'm going to start streaming, and I'd like to build these walls up on stream and these roads up on stream as we sort of progress and detail them out more, because no one wants to see me build the wall up again after I've already done it once, you know. I think when it comes to adding extra detail, like for this bit here, then definitely. And again, this sort of cliff face here, you know, but I'll probably just sort of bring this up with stone. I don't know yet. A lot of work to be done, and it can feel like a mounting task when it comes to doing a lot of work. It can really feel like a mountain task, but all you gotta do is break it down. Like, we had no idea. I had no idea where I wanted to put my farms, and by just simply laying out a few roads, I now have ideas. It may be that this ends up not being the exact size of the warehouse. This is actually pretty big, and this is meant to store overflow items. It's not meant to store every item. It's meant to store overflow items. I'm thinking deep storage units with a ME interface that shows me everything that's in here. When we build the bone farm will kill skeletons. It'll store bones. It'll then, when it's full on bones, it'll go ahead and create some bone meal, and then the bone block and other stuff out of bones. And then once it's done doing that, once we've got it creating all of those things, it'll ship those into containers, and they'll stay in them containers. Once them containers fill up, it'll go into a chest, which will go into the deep storage unit. And this will be like the deep storage unit where we have like a mass overflow items and stuff, you know. Again, I'm not 100% certain like how I want to do that. So I'll probably use ME systems for that and stuff, but you know, I'm kind of looking forward to doing all that. But yeah, when it comes to planning it out, don't be afraid, and don't go in over your head. Don't start detailing your roads in absolute detail everywhere. Don't be afraid to do the roads here, you know, but don't go doing them all over. You know, I may bring the netherrack roads up. Yes, by all means do the netherrack roads, you know, or whatever block you decide to use to be your road block. You may use cobblestone. But what I mean is, don't go and decide, okay, this is my road detail, like we've detailed this wall, and I'm not going to bring this wall design all the way over here now, you know. I mean, it's one hell of a mammoth job to do all of that. It's going to take me ages to do all of that, but I'm not going to start doing it now. I'm going to leave it for when I get over here, when I've done these builds, because what happens if I decide that, oh, actually, this build's a bit bigger than I thought it was, I want to push it back a bit, so I bring the wall back. Maybe I bring this wall out some, you know, and if I've spent all the time building the wall like that, it's going to be one hell of a job and one hell of a heartbreak just to move it back and tear it down, you know. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just sort of like leave this be until I'm absolutely 100% certain I've built everything where I want it to be. We talked about putting an house on this island. I think what I'm going to do is just build a couple of small islands around here that's got trees and stuff on them. I don't think I'm actually going to put a house on this island anymore. The more and more I think about it, the more and more I think this would be cool. Maybe I decide, like, actually, you know what? I want to put, like, a small boat here and have a little dock. You know, I think I'm going to put a big sort of, like, docking bit over here because we've got this big, like, swamp here. And I really want to build a dock. But over here, we might have a small dock. Just something minor. The idea being this is a little fishing dock. So maybe I build a fishing shop somewhere. Here, maybe that's a good thing, but we put a fishing shop here and we put the fishing farm here, and we have a little fishing boat there. You know, all ideas are coming to me, and I had none of these ideas before I started planning this out. But seeing how this is going to take shape, it's giving me these ideas. It's inspiring me. I've always wanted to use sewage and sewer and stuff like that as like a byproduct of something in a build, so it looks like it's churning it out into the river. And you know, I've got to go and collect some of that up now. But you get what I mean. It's all coming together because of having this river there. You know, we've got to build this river and stuff. It's going to be fun. But yeah, I've rambled on for like 40 minutes, guys. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel. I really do appreciate it. So please do leave that like and click subscribe if you want to see more from me, guys. I'm KC. I want to thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.